Right, I'm just going to take you a little walk around some of Stan's possessions, because I'm always saying that all you need to have is love to look after a rescue dog, but Jed seems to think that I spoil Stan a bit and he's got a little bit more than love. So we'll have a little tour of his things. So first of all, you can see he's sitting in a rather nice padded bed. This is the bed that's normally under my desk. So that's bed number 1. Okay. Then you can see Squeaky Duck. This is one of Stan's favourite toys. And let me just grab him. There's Meerkat. Squeaky Duck and Meerkat are among his 2 favourite toys. He loves them very, very much. Don't you, Stan? You're supposed to nod now. Do you love Squeaky Duck and Meerkat? Yes, he does. Okay. So, moving on, we'll take a whistle-stop tour through some of the other things he owns. First of all, we've got a variety of bum bags and pouches which are for putting treats in, which are for rewarding him, but they're not really Stan's, they're mine. Then we have this. This is Stan's indoor tunnel. It didn't cost us anything. We adapted it from something of Stephen's. It was Stephen's wash basket. As you can see, we cut the bottom out, and Stan now can use it as a tunnel. Let's see if he'll do it for us now. Stan, tunnel. Tunnel. There we go. Good boy. Stan went through the tunnel. Now we can see this is Stan's skateboard, because he's learning to skateboard. Now moving on to slightly more expensive possessions. There you can see Stan's crate. We couldn't live without that crate. Stan loves it. When he was first here and he was a very nervous little boy, his crate was his favourite place to hide. This is because the people who owned him before us made him stay in the crate nearly all the time. You'd think it would make him phobic about crates, but it didn't. He knew he was safe in there, so he used to get in there when people came to visit. He still does sometimes. We also use it in the car, and I've got one in the workshop. So he has 2 of these crates. This is the smallest of the 2, the one that he has in the car, and it's kept here at home, and he gets in there when he's scared, but that isn't very often now. On top of the crate, just move, you will see, like all writers, I like to read things. So we've got a selection of books about caring for dogs. I absolutely love Cesar Millan's. There's a Cesar Millan one there. And then we have a rather special item as far as Stan's concerned. This is Teddy. Stan doesn't think Teddy's a toy. Stan loves Teddy. Down there we have another one of his beds. This is the one that lives in the living room. Yeah, and it's got some special blankets. I knitted one of them for him, and the other one is a throw, and there's also a cushion in there. There's another bed like this upstairs, and I think there's one in the shop, and there's one in the dining room. So he's got 1 or 2 of them. Very much needed, because he needs to know where his place is when he's in a room if suddenly there's lots of people there and he doesn't know what to do about it. Moving on. Here we have a selection of leads and harnesses. The red one that you can see on the arm of the chair, that one's got a stake attached to it, because if I'm gardening outside at the front of the house, there's no fence between us and a very busy main road. So for safety, Stan comes with me and he's staked to that on his long lead. He can wander about and follow me, but he can't get in trouble with the traffic. I used the red lead a lot, especially when I first had him, because that was his house line. I would leave that lead on him in the house, particularly at times when people were likely to be coming and going, like when the kids were going to school, their mates were coming in to pick him up and stuff like that. I wanted him under control, so I left that lead on him. He doesn't have it on in the house very often now. Does occasionally if we're doing dog training stuff. The leather lead next to it with a half-choke collar, that's what he uses when we're doing heel work, when we're walking out by the road. Stan knows if he's got that collar and lead on, he's got to walk to heel. And he's getting in the way now to have a look at his stuff. Next to it is his England collar. That's the collar he wears all the time. He's only taken it off now so as you can see it, and it's got his name tag on it. He's got one that's got his name on. That's really just for decoration. On the other side of it, it's got my mobile number. The important one on there is his chip tag, so as he could be found if he was lost. Doesn't actually need the tag because he could be scanned. There's also a tag with our name and address on, because they haven't always got a scanning machine. His old collar's on there as well to keep it for if ever we need a spare. Then when we move along here, this is the most expensive lead he has. This cost me a lot of money, but it was worth every penny. It's an 8-metre extended lead. It means he can have lots of freedom in places where he couldn't really. For instance, we go to National Trust properties quite a lot. He likes to roam around there, but the rules say he stays on a lead, so we put him on that lead. If we're in a big open space and there's nobody around, he can wander 8 metres from me, but I can get him back easily. Also, terriers are little monkeys really for chasing rabbits and stuff, so anywhere I think there might be those, I can leave him on that. He's got lots of freedom. You can even throw a ball and he can fetch it back and stuff, but he's still under control and I can get him back and he won't go off chasing something. Next to that is a harness that I thought he could wear most of the time when I first got him. I soon found out this boy's got big muscles. Most harnesses didn't fit him. The other harness, that one, is a seat belt for in the car. We don't use it very often because more often than not he'd be in his crate, but if we're going on holiday or something like that when there isn't room to have his crate out, I'll put that on him, seat belt him into the car, and he's nice and safe. So now we move on to outdoor toys. He loves the hoop and jumps through it a lot. Balls are probably Stan's favourite thing on the planet apart from me and his meerkat. So we have a selection of balls there. The favourite one as far as he's concerned being the Kong ones because they squeak, and he adores them. You can also see frisbees there. We don't use the frisbees anymore. Regular readers of the blog might have heard a story about where Stan got hurt with a frisbee. If you haven't seen it, have a look back in the archives, it's really funny. The reddish coloured frisbee floats, so we're hoping to use it to get him to play in water. We're taking it to chase water a few times, and we take it anywhere where there's water to see if he'll have a little swim. So far he hasn't done, but he's not frightened of water anymore, which he used to be. Then we have a selection of more special balls. Stan likes pull toys, so these are a combination between pull toys and balls. Now what you need to know at this stage is every single one of Stan's toys, he's having a look, hello Stan, has a name, and this is so as I can get him to go and fetch the specific toy, and he's learning the names for all of those toys. This one, it's called Precious Thing because it couldn't be called Ball or Rope Thing. Daft reasons for all the names, but we know what they mean and so does he. That one, this dotty one, is really special because you can fill that with treats and he has to work out how to get them out. And on the rare occasions when I leave Stan on his own, I leave that ball full of treats and he empties it. He doesn't eat the treats until I get back. The blue one next to it that he's hiding because he's getting in the way, that one talks, which he did find very amusing when he first got it. Now it gets a bit annoying, but it doesn't talk as often now it's beginning to wear out. The skipping rope is there because I intend teaching him to skip. We haven't had any success with that yet, but I'm sure when we do there'll be some kind of video on there to show. Right. We'll move from toys for a little while and look at some other things. This one is a high-vis jacket because Stan goes out in all weathers and in the winter as well, early in the morning and late at night, so it's often dark. So the high-vis